that is actually what we call lack of vision.
Hmm.
What we are trying to remind these friends of ours
Sure.
in higher institutions
Hmm.
is that before you went there, you had a vision.
A life of favor because I know who I am. Welcome to 89 Smart FM. It's a reference point, and I should say today is the second last reference point of the year 2024. Tomorrow, God willing, we shall have the very last reference point of the year 2024. And time check, 6 minutes past 8 p.m. Today is the 30th of December 2024. I want to appreciate you for giving us company throughout from January to December, and thank you so much for choosing 89 Smart FM. We on the way we had of course the Pathway for Integrity joining us here, and we've moved for a couple of 6 months plus, and we are still counting. So we appreciate you for choosing to listen to us every evening, every single Monday from 8 to 9 p.m. And yes, today is yet another day for us to have an interaction. I have Pastor Fuga with me in studio, and we'll be diving into our topics. We are still on the big topic of self-discovery. It's a big one, and that's why I'm saying sometimes it's important to know who you are, defend yourself, get to understand. If you come from a family, it is important to understand the culture of your family. I was told even some villages have what we call village culture. Sure. You go to a certain village and they introduce you a culture of certain village. Here at our village, yes, we don't shout past 9 p.m. You have to respect the order. Now there are some villages where they drum, they take malwa, they take waraj up to like 3 a.m. shouting. That is also maybe the culture of that village.
It is well defined, is there?
Well, now our way of life here is having an interaction.
The word, and please join us tomorrow. You will find us there. We are opening at 7 p.m. to 7. I mean to 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So anytime you join us, you will find us. We are here for Path of Integrity Network. This is an organization located in Jinja. Our vision is integrity, transparency, accountability. That is what we are aiming at in order to build trusted communities. Okay. The reason as to why we build trusted people is because we want to influence development or encourage development in our communities. So if we can trust each other, it is easy to work together. And as we work together, we can easily achieve or we can easily develop. So today the emphasis is on self-discovery. That is what we've been talking about for the past 3 weeks, I think. Sure. And we are now looking at people who are finishing at higher institutions. Yeah.
Actually, before we get there, I really wanted to know whether there was a sense of accountability, maybe for the people you met on Christmas Day or on 26th or 24th. Accountability in terms of, it's time that people try to trust the people they stay with some budgets and budget allocations. Go and do shopping for the family in this Christmas. I've had many people disagreeing after the shopping. I gave you 200. What you presented is not.
No, by the way, you brought something which we don't normally take note of. During Christmas, people forget about budgets. Most people.
They do what we call.
They remember the accountability part of it after they have spent the money. When they cannot realize money in their hands. So the accountability, I don't think whether most people did it. It is a season of excitement.
Lavish spending.
Yes. And at some point, competition. You buy something, maybe because also the neighbor bought it.
I've been checking here on the performance of a couple of staff on market, and I realized chicken performed very well.
Sure.
Beef performed very well. Cabbage had poor performance, but with the hopes of doing better in January. January, Cabbage will perform better than the rest.
And what is funny is that on 25th, to spend, they eat the meat, the chicken, and everything.
Yeah.
Then early morning on 26th, beans. Mokene and the rest.
Well, yes, Pastor. Now we get to today's topic. You said self-discovery, especially to our friends that are already in high institutions of learning.
Yes.
But also there are those planning to join. I know those who sat for senior 6 exams this year, or perhaps missed joining university this year, and they are planning to join next year. 3 years, 4 years at university, 5 years at university. Well, we need to understand and get to know how best can these people also come to a reality of life. Because I've seen actually many of us at university, if you don't get a chance of being directed or being guided, perhaps by the Holy Spirit, by experienced people, by, you may graduate when actually you was naive as a year 1 student. Now you find life quite complex. I had a friend, he was on MasterCard, and said, come on, I've been getting 700,000 as upkeep after rent, hostel, after paying for everything, course, buying for me handouts, books, 700 as just upkeep. Then said, how practical is it for me to appreciate this job of 400,000 a month? 400 as take home, but he has been just studying, and they are saying for you to stay in university very well, get 700 every 30 days. Now I said, I am coming here putting in a lot, transport, rent, everything on 400. The guy was disappointed.
That is actually what we call lack of vision. What we are trying to remind these friends of ours in higher institutions is that before you went there, you had a vision. Actually, what we mean by self-discovery is when somebody has been lost or has lost track from their vision. You wanted to become a doctor before you went to university.
You had your 10-point program.
Exactly.
And you veered off. Okay. That is for me, Pastor. Don't worry.
So, you get lost along the way because of maybe peer pressure, because of what you find there. Last time with Innocent, we were talking about students, most especially girls, who have started business in Kampala, of selling their private parts on social media.
It's a funny one.
And you realize some of them are university students.
So many.
This is very, very funny and disappointing. Someone who went with a vision to become a lawyer.
A lawyer. She's vending her private parts.
Exactly. So our parents invest a lot in us. They even make some of our siblings not to study. Because they know this one is completing, so we can invest in them at once and then maybe use them also to help others to study. Some students are studying on loans. Their parents have gotten loans.
Including those village circles, village saving groups.
And they have helped a lot by them. They have helped a lot. So we want someone to sit down and think back. What made you to go to the university? How are you viewing your future? Do you kind of sometimes sit down and look at the poor parents who are investing in you? And mind you, they invest in you for your own future, not their future. Because when you get well, when you go and build your own house, have your own job, marry your wife or husband, life becomes yours. What you give back to them is just something small. Even when they try to call you weekly that maybe help us with 20,000, you will see as if they are pressurizing you for money. But you forget how much they invested in you. So the future is yours. The future is not for the parents. You are the first person to suffer in case things fail. But look at how much your family will be ashamed. Some students are taken to good schools right from primary or from nursery. A parent invests everything they have to make sure that the students go to good schools. And these are the very students who are just wasting time, who are not thinking back, who are not sitting down to look back onto their vision. What did you intend to become before you left home, going to the university? So my friend who is out there, don't be misled. And it is never too late. If you had lost direction, it is better you get back to the right track. Cut off those peer groups that are not helping you. Understand yourself as an individual. Look at yourself. Understand your identity as a person. Because, for example, I normally say that people come from, for example, Jiri, Mayuge, and they go and join guys in Kampala. Some students are coming from well-off families. For them, even if they don't study, their parents have already made enough money. They have businesses. They have a lot to survive on. But for you, you have nothing. What is only making you to stand is this education. If you lose it, nothing else will make you survive. So we are simply saying that please understand where you are coming from. Look through your clan. Look at your parents. Some parents married when they are poor, when they are coming from poor families.
So poor dad, poor mom.
Coming together for over 20 years they have been poor. They married poor, they are still poor until now.
And but they have given up on getting richer.
No. They are
looking at you as the only hope.
As the only hope. And now the hope disappoints them. See how much
you reach Kampala, Makere, the Chambogo, you get excited.
They have all the hopes in you, and then you get before you finish your third year, you're already pregnant. You're already pregnant, you can't finish.
With a Kampala Rastaman.
A Rastaman. A Rastaman. I know these students are right now in the village and they are listening to us.
Yeah, sure.
Because in town, they normally use TVs. But at least in the village, you have some time for the radio.
Sure.
I know they are listening to us. The purpose of Path of Integrity Network is to remind you to understand who you are. Look at yourself. Revise yourself. Assess yourself. We are simply saying you must have a plan. Now we are crossing the new year. You must have a plan for your life. The opportunities you can see today may not be there tomorrow.
Sure.
Don't say that, for me, even if I don't start, these days they say, if I fail at university, I'll go and get a job in Dubai. I'll go and get a job in those Arab countries. I become a kadam. But even it's not easy in those Arab countries.
They actually, those who have gone many times, and they call them so sekadama. They go sawa sajja say, sorry for him, sekadama.
Don't become a kadama when you can be someone different. We are simply saying be responsible for your life. Plan well. I said here last time that before you act, think. For every action, there is always a reaction. Yeah. Understand that.
Every action,
there is always a reaction. You go in for a man and know what will come out of it. You eat somebody's money, understand what will come out of it. So be careful with your life. Try to spare your life. At least endure for those 3 years you are going at the university. Endure. Endure to save your family. Endure to save yourself. endure to save your future. If you have spirits disturbing you, at least go to church, they pray for you. and try to help yourself. Because sometimes someone will say that, I have tried past. Many times I've wanted to achieve it, but I realize I find myself getting back into problems. You can find someone to talk to and they help you. You can find someone to talk to and they help you. Path of Integrity Network, we can talk to. If you realize you are so much lost and you cannot talk to anyone, you can call us and we try to give you some advice. We try to help you out. It's never too late. It is all about helping yourself. Some students are not open to their parents. Actually, their parents don't know what goes around with them. They only see them coming back home, and because they even don't understand the results they get out of the university, whether you performed poorly or not, they can't tell. For them, on the village, they say, my child is at the university. My child is at the university. He's soon finishing. She's studying to become maybe an engineer.
That is if the course is easier to translate.
Yes.
Because there are some courses where even the graduate they actually fail to let the attendees know what they've been studying.
Sure.
I've seen people doing, like someone was saying, I've been doing a course of organizational psychology. So he was like trying to explain. Then there's one who did ethics and integrity. Say this is the only course that is done in only 2 universities in Africa. So that is if the parent can understand the course.
Actually, Morgan, one of the reasons as to why we are even getting poor performance where these people are being employed, it is because these days they don't, because technology has simplified everything. There's a lot of cheating.
True.
Cheating exams, and so someone doesn't take time for research to understand the course they are doing, so that when they get out, their performance can be better where they are employed. So we get problems even during employment because this person went to the university to waste time. They are only passing time to finish their years and then qualify with a paper. Yes. So long as they have a document that I'm graduated, that's all. So you realize that even companies are suffering. They again have to invest in them or to be trained on the job. To be trained. That is also another expense.
Skilling every day and night.
Yeah, skilling them day and night. They are paid for your hostel. But for you, you are ever clubbing, you are ever doing what? You are not even in business. Yeah, you just go out for club, you don't have time for books, and by the time exams are coming, you look around for someone who can do for you, and then you spend money. That is not good. We need to plan for our lives, understand that this is all about you. This is how I think the Western countries are different from us, because for them they take time to intently look through things. If someone is coming up with something, they give it enough time. They do enough research. They make sure that if I'm coming out as a doctor, I must be a doctor.
A competent doctor.
A competent doctor.
Not just a doctor.
A competent doctor. It's not guesswork. Yeah. Why don't we produce such people in Africa or in Uganda? Our Ugandan students are running crazy, my dear.
Yeah.
We have a program actually to start going out to universities and try to talk to these students.
That would be very, very good.
Yeah, we have Professor Alice of Busitama University working with us in Path of Integrity Network. There's a program she told me she started at that university because she realized that during the time of their exams, many students do not complete their courses because there is a lot of sexuality at the university. So what she started doing, is to invite these students, put them into workshops, try to talk to them and mentor them. Talk to them that you people, you came to study, you came to achieve something here. Don't waste your time. Don't waste time in two useless groups, useless relationships. Somebody is not even taking you, but it's just wasting your time. Yeah. So this is what such students or students need to hear. And that's why we are here. We are here spending money buying airtime on Smart FM, simply to open up your mind. That, my dear, you started with a vision. And by the way, have a vision and stick on your vision. We are suffering because of our own makings. Before even we complain at anyone, we are suffering because of our own making. Is that how you started? Did you start with that mindset? Haven't you lost track? You must understand how much you have fallen, so that you rise up, come back to your senses, and think twice. Look, try to help your parents who are investing in you. Because you can't invest back that money to them, for sure. But they are helping you, you need to help yourself. So simply, Mr. Morgan, that is the group we are talking to today. And actually, I want to hear many of them call us. And we try to interact. Because I think this is very, very, very important to our students. I really need to hear from them.
Thank you. We are going to get into a short commercial break. When we get back, we'll be entertaining your calls on 0752-890-890. The number is 0752-890-890. And Pastor Fugas just reminded me of one thing. We used to say at university that if you get off your vision, you'll admire, you're going at one point, you're going to see your friend. You're going to watch your friend on television who decided to uphold his vision. So you'll be sitting in you'll be in your sitting room, and you start telling your wife or telling friends, I was with him at university. That gentleman, I knew him way back. That gentleman, I was even greater than him. That gentleman, I used to assist him in MTC. That gentleman, but now you explain all that. A sharp woman, a sharp wife will ask, so what happened? What happened?
I have something small before we go for a break. I was studying with a guy who committed himself. We were at Budini in Cairo. So, yeah. This guy committed himself in studying. And I was like, he gives it a lot of time. He was doing PCB, stroke math. But the guy could study. He could study. And at some point I was like, no, I can't do that. That is too much on me. But the guy struggled for his future. As I talk now, he's in the UK.
Wow.
With a wife.
Wow.
I keep telling my friends, I started with Robert. But Robert right now he has become a citizen in the UK.
Wow, that's so interesting.
His firstborn was born in the UK.
Me and you were here in Ginger.
That's why we called him in Kampala. I said, man, you come, I've come to Uganda, I want to meet you.
Yes.
The guy was sleeping in the hotel. I asked him, for how long are you here? He said, I'm here for about 2 weeks in the hotel. Not even sleeping in the village. He sleeps in a nice hotel in Kampala.
Wow.
This is very, very
That's interesting.
And touching.
Self-discovery. Appreciating what I want.
Yes.
Appreciating what you need. In fact, this reminds me also of a very interesting story. We're back at university. I happen to have been a leader at Makerere University. So one of the leadership positions put me into a position of being chairman, electoral commission. So as we're voting out old leaders and now voting in new leaders. Of course, a team of young people came up and said, want to be. I was the chairman, receiving nomination forms. Even the nomination fee had to be paid. So one friend showed interest. That was Brenda Namukta. By then she was not a honorable. She said, Grace, I want to be a vice chairperson of Mackay University Private Students Association. I said, okay, I am the EC. Bring your nomination, pick the nomination form, bring it back with nomination fee, then I let you go compete. So she brought the form, but said, I want this position because I want to be somewhere after.
Sure.
So this lady, I supported her. I was being a very strategic politician. Ensured that I closed nomination before receiving other nomination forms. She was unopposed.
Wow.
So this lady, at the time of graduating, she tells me, I am going for councillor. Before even real graduation in 2016, I said, councillor again, why? I said, no, I want to be a workers' councillor. That one is going to help me stand for a bigger position. We're at University Mackay. I said, are you serious? The lady went to Kaliro, mobilized. She became a workers' councillor in the council.
Wow.
She graduates 2017. So we meet with Brenda in this town, 14. She tells me, you know what, I'm the councillor now.
Wow.
Because I see her. Then 2018, she tells me again. But that position, like I told you, it is to take me somewhere. Said I've started greeting people. For what? For woman member of parliament.
Wow.
Joking. 2020. She tells me in May that I am the flag bearer of NRM, Kaliro district.
Wow.
You know, with the Kaliro and most of the districts here in Busoga, once they say flag bearer of NRM,
you are not it.
So we go for elections in Jan 2021, declared duly elected woman member of parliament.
What?
For Kaliro. Before hitting 30 years. Now me, some people just seeing her as, young lady who is now. But me, I remember the vision she shared while at university, at the time where at university when you take soda and a cake, it's an indicator that you're not doing well financially. In secondary school, when you take soda and a cake, then you're a better person because you're foregoing portion. Now, this lady was very enthusiastic, very committed to pursuing that dream. And trust me, right now she's a woman member of parliament. Last time when I hosted her, she confessed and shared testimony. Said, you people, I even don't know Grace. This Grace is my mentor in the politics. They're supposed to be in the house with me. Wow. And don't joke with him anytime.
Wow.
So she knew what she wanted, pursued it without relaxing at any moment.
She never lost track.
Absolutely.
Having a vision, setting goals, pursuing the goals.
We take a short commercial break as we also reflect on that. Good evening. Check 17 minutes to the top of the hour. I have Pastor Fuga from Pathway for Integrity talking about how we can build an ethical community that will contribute to the development of our society, of our country, Uganda. Remember, as Uganda, our motherland, we do not have an option. You cannot say now, tomorrow, my country will be Sweden. No. Of course you may. You may migrate to Sweden or even get citizenship there, but you will still be defined as a Ugandan. We even have friends who have dual citizenship, but still they have identity of Uganda, the part of Africa. So we have to do what it takes to ensure that we have a better country tomorrow and years to come. And I really like the fact that Pathway for Integrity decided to focus on young people because in this topic, because the statistics, they're very clear. We have more numbers of people below the age of 30 in this country, Uganda. So, and also they show us that the lifespan of this country is at 60. So if it's at 60, and you're talking about the people of 20, 25, 18, then we are trying to save, to preserve integrity in the country, in the future, in the Uganda of tomorrow. Which Uganda of tomorrow? We are not going to look for bishops from heaven. Those young people you're seeing living funny life, funny lifestyles, they are going to turn into bishops, turn into IGPs, turn into CDFs, turn into RDCs, turn into MPs, turn into speakers. So if you have crafty ones, we are done. They might even mortgage our country. So 0752 890 890. Join us. Your comment, contribution from what we've been sharing, the topic of self-discovery, especially to you who is sponsoring someone at university, and also to you who is being sponsored by that peasantry family, that peasant mother, just like mine, the peasant mother, who is actually telling people that I'm foregoing sugar
because of my
for so and so to be in school. And it's true, by the way. Some parents do so. Foregoing having some
good clothes.
Yes, you know, like decent life. They'll forego everything. I know what pains a lot is exaggerated trips, even at university. If someone says we are going to Mombasa, we are going for CRE trip. Banang. We are going for CRE trip to Namugongo. But someone is in Kampala and check budget. Someone is putting in, is asking for 500,000 from a poor woman.
Lying to themselves.
Or a poor man. I don't really talk about women because I know men easily give up. The moment you mess up with a time 3 times, we'll say, okay.
I need to find another solution.
Okay, and 0752 890 890. Your comment, your contribution. You may actually have also an idea or a contribution to this topic that can be very important or relevant to someone at university, and will be like an intervention in seeing through a better person. Now maybe there's something I want to add on. Yes,
yeah, we are not. People should not think that we are condemning them. We are only reminding them to come back to their senses. You know, if you are someone who is already messed up, you may think that these people are always on us, and we are even fed up. No, don't be fed up. We have not come to condemn anyone, but we have come to help you discover yourself and start doing the right thing.
Okay.
This is for your own good. Fight for your future. Fight as if there is no one helping you. I always tell people that these parents may not be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Some of them are growing old. Anytime their lives are ending. So you'll be on this earth alone with your children, with your wife. Don't live a life of regret. But I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Begin now, make up your mind and understand how much you are lost. Then try to come back. We are here. We can help you. Look out for, I know we are coming from different religions. All of us go to pray. Look out for those religious people to help you if you can't help yourself.